Okay, we rolling?
We rolling.
So this is another episode of Between Two Ferns. I'm here with Justin. I'm Zach Galifianakis. And is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Justin is the gutless goat. That means greatest of all time. He's the guy to beat. 70 pounds?
70 pounds so far. That's the important distinction. I'm not stopping anytime soon. So 70 pounds so far.
So Gavin, did you hear that?
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
For you.
So guys, today I just wanted to give you a chance to meet Justin, talk about some of the different ways that going gutless and solving this crucial part of your life, embarking on this journey, is going to kind of transcend weight loss and the obvious benefits that come along with losing your gut and affect a lot of different facets of your life. Justin and I were talking the other day, and he was saying, you discuss the numbers, 70 pounds, right? But what does that actually mean with regards to one's life? And so he told me some incredible stories. Anecdotes are the best way to kind of transfer knowledge. So if we could just start with one story, talk about the ways that your life has been improved by going gutless, that'd be awesome.
Sure. So yeah, there's a ton of benefits, and of course there's health benefits and energy and stuff like that. But the most important thing to me, and I think the clearest thing, is just the increase in confidence for me that I have on a daily basis. And part of what drove me to reach out to Bryce for help and to stick with it and continue to stick with it was I had a very powerful why. Had clear reasons why this was important for me to do now, and for my family and my employees and the people around me, and that kept me motivated. But in losing all of this weight and still have plenty more to lose, and I'm actively doing it, the confidence level has really increased, which has benefited me in many ways. But I walk with a pep in my step. Essentially, and I think this is communicated to the people I do business with, the people around me. It's made me a better leader. It's made me a better closer, and it's helped me feel more comfortable just on a day-to-day basis with everything that I do. And to an extent, I feel like I belong a little bit better, which impacts me probably in greater ways than I even realize. But it's really just that increase in confidence that goes along with being able to wear normal-sized clothes. Being able to be at a party and not be the heaviest person there, which, for years I was always the heaviest guy. So I went to some holiday parties recently, and I look around and go, oh, I'm actually not the heaviest person here, right? It doesn't mean much, but it's just an observation that makes me go, okay, cool, So really it's the confidence, and I think that affects so many other portions and areas of my life, and I think the people around me pick that up as well.
Yeah, and when it comes to your belief system, it kind of recalibrates what you believe to be possible. So you shatter the ceiling on what you believe to be your limits. And we've always had health as the first of the 5 dimensions of man. For those of you guys who follow 5 dimensions of man: health, wealth, dating, tribe, purpose. All 4 dimensions are impacted by health, because if you're not treating yourself well, right? If you're not making good decisions on a daily basis, you don't feel good about yourself, then you're not going to show up as your best self. You're not going to play big. You're not going to believe that you can accomplish your goals. So this is the fastest way to create the psychosomatic connection between the body and the brain and the body, to teach yourself and prove to yourself that you are worth it. You can overcome the resistance that all of us have to deal with at the beginning of any journey, any worthwhile path to achieving something great. It's the foundational piece we start with in all of our men's coaching, but it transcends just weight loss, and it's going to impact so many different areas of your life that you don't even realize right now. And so that's why, in our conversation, I love the fact that you kind of stopped and corrected me. You're like, yes, but you need to talk more about what this means beyond just, okay, I lost 70 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And you're a man who's very successful. We're sitting here in your house in Orange County, and you have so many amazing friends in your tribe you've introduced me to. I'm now networking with. Had a great podcast earlier, video podcast. I was pretty nervous. Did it anyways, though. Feel the fear, do it anyways. That's always in life. Got to do the things that scare us. But when you look at your life in the 5 dimensions, you've got an amazing wife, you've got an amazing daughter, amazing son, amazing tribe, been very successful in business, you know, and you have purpose. You have a clear purpose, reason for being here. But the one thing in your life you couldn't really figure out or get control of was health, was weight.
It was, and it comes down to it wasn't a priority. It wasn't a priority. I put everything else above it because for some weird reason it didn't bother me that I was overweight. It bothered me, but it wasn't, I didn't look in the mirror every day and go, you know, you're awful, like, you know, whatever. I didn't feel awful about it. So it wasn't a tough enough pain for me to really prioritize and everything else. I'm building businesses and building relationships, and all of that took priority over me, and over the weight loss or exercise or anything like that. I'm strapped for time continually.
Yeah.
And if it's not a priority, then I don't make time for it. The cool thing about GUTLESS is that it didn't take a lot of time, right? The diet was easy, is easy. It's easy to stay focused and doesn't take a ton of my time or attention away from anything else. And so I was able to control what I put in my body in a way where I was not, didn't feel hungry, wasn't sacrificing a whole lot, and wasn't taking a lot of my time for me to do it. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the shift in mindset that made me go, oh, okay, this like doesn't take a lot of my time, isn't really very hard, and I actually see results.
And you didn't even have to work out in the beginning.
And
you didn't work out for the first couple months, right?
Correct.
So, you know, that's excellent. And I've developed the program to address the main reasons that people quit, especially men, quit on weight loss programs. So be it exercise, not being able to get to the gym, it's a common problem, right? 18% of gym members actually use their membership. So we know that's not the answer, right? And then diets that are too hard to follow, or diets that are too stringent and don't allow for enough options when you're out and about in the town, you're going to quit. You're going to give up on those eventually. They may produce some short-term gains or losses in our case, but they don't last long. So that's kind of how I've developed the program. It's for men, it's by men, and it's built on the things that guys hate the most. Guys like you and I hate the most about the majority of weight loss programs and fitness programs in general. So in talking about, you know, the program, what were some of the components of GUTLESS that you found to be most effective and unique from a coaching standpoint and a tribe standpoint, accountability, all that good stuff?
I think for me, you know, I've been overweight for a long time. I've tried a lot of diets. I've tried a lot of exercises. I know kind of the ins and outs of all of them. The problem is the accountability. If I don't have someone else holding me accountable, it's easy for me to go, okay, I'll just eat this slice of pizza, or I'm not going to go to the gym today. I parked extra far away from the grocery store, so I got my steps in. I don't need to go to the gym today, or I can eat this cupcake. The cool thing about GUTLESS is the tribe and the accountability that exists in having other men who are doing the exact same thing. We're all in it for the common goal. We all know our CPRs, and we know our why. And there's guys that I can reach out to at any time, and you know, outside of the weekly calls that we were having, and I knew that, you know, if I was putting bad stuff into my body, like, I'm going to share it on the call, and I'm going to let you down. I'm going to let my tribe down. And so that little extra layer of accountability, I think, is what, you know, really pushed me along to help me stay on the right track and, you know, lose the weight and continue to lose the weight.
Excellent. Let me just make sure we're still good here.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll wrap up shortly, but as you can see, we're drinking wine. So it's not that you can't have the things that you enjoy. I'm not taking those things away from you. So when you think about it, a lot of guys are asking, what is it? You know, what's the diet? What does it consist of? There are a lot of questions that I'm going to address on the upcoming live training. But just know that all the things that you enjoy eating, you can still have them, right? You can't have them all the time, every day, until, say, the third month. We can incorporate a lot of foods back in your diet. But that's how this diet varies. It's not really a diet. It's more of a lifestyle. And once your testosterone is up, once your metabolism is up, once you have more muscle mass, which is more metabolically active, then we can add foods back in your diet. I'm not going to lie, the first month is pretty hard, right? We're breaking down habits that you built over the past months, years, decades, right? And that's not easy to do. People say that it's easier to change someone's religion than it is to change the way that they eat. And so that's what I'm really good at. And the coaching, it's derived from our men's coaching, working with Brett, my cousin, who's a Navy SEAL. You were with us 5 years ago in Hawaii.
Yeah.
A lot of the same coaching tactics that I use to help men get outcomes that are much better than what they're getting right now in other areas of their life, aside from weight loss, are the same tactics that I use in Gutless. So, it's not rocket science, but it works. The outcomes speak for themselves. So without complicating it or wondering what is it, how does it work, it's just a matter of saying, I'm committed to this. It does work. 82% of the time, a man's going to lose 10 to 30 pounds in 8 weeks, and that's the real deal. So I don't know any other program that can boast that success rate. For that reason, I'd say just do it. It just comes down to you, whether you're ready or not. I'm not going to drag you through the mud and drag you kicking and screaming into this thing. If you're not ready, you're not ready. But if you are ready, this works.
Yeah, the cool thing is you build these great relationships on your calls with your tribe, and everybody who attended those calls lost weight. Everybody, and have still kept the weight off. And the only people who maybe didn't were the guys who stopped attending the calls.
And that's exactly right. So that 18% represents guys who just stop showing up.
Yeah.
All you got to do is show up. And then you think about the 80-20 rule, right? It's funny how that always is relevant, but literally it works 80% of the time. 20% of the times with the 20% of guys who just stop showing up. So, little different application of that principle, but it's true. So show up to the calls, commit, state your goal publicly in the tribe. Writing down a goal increases your odds of achieving it substantially. Stating it publicly increases it even more. Joining a tribe, joining a contest, being a part of a pod. So we work in pods of 3, competing against other pods, making it fun, right? This all layers accountability methodologies on top of accountability methodologies to the point where it's very hard to back out. And that's what we're good at doing. So there's no shortage of diets that are going to help you lose weight. But will they work long term? That's question number 1. And then, will you get started? Question number 2. And will you keep going? Will you continue to do the work? And what happens when you inevitably hit a roadblock and you want to quit? You want to back out? You want to turn around? That's when tribe comes in. That's when mentorship comes in. That's when our framework comes in. So, thank you, Justin.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Cheers.
It's going to be a good year.
It's going to be good. And you got to beat this guy. Let's go. 70 pounds, and now we're moving to 90, right?
Yeah, I need to get to 185, so I got a little bit of ways to go, and I'm going to hit it. I don't know if anyone can keep up, especially not Gavin.
Especially not Gavin.